I feel that people are afraid of change as much as sometimes life situation might be difficult, but sometimes being in a difficult situation is comfortable. Yeah. You would see the person that always end up with the same type of relationship, which is not to the best of their life, but at least it's something they know. It's something that they know what to expect out of that situation, right? Like, let's say for a woman that always end up with a man that is an alcoholic, right? But they know how to handle alcoholic men. That's an example, right? Yeah. And then they say, even though they break up, and they will always find themselves in an alcoholic man because they attracted, because they're comfortable in their misery. Mm-hmm. So the change sometime, it's like going to the gym, the same example. I like to go back to that example, because if you start to work out, if you haven't worked out your leg ever or barely, and you start to do squats and lunges and pull up or whatever, and then you end up with a lot of pain, it hurts, and it will hurt for months as you grow your muscle and as you build that strength. And eventually it's just maintenance and making it, you know, not losing it. It's the same for the brain, like the changes, not feeding the wolf, the negative wolf, and feeding the positive one required strength. And you need to stretch your mind in order to go into that direction and build that neurological connection. So that's why a lot of people, they're like, it's bad, but you know, it's not that bad. That they're scared of changing, because then it will require an effort. It will require them to do some work in order for it to change. It's not a magic pill that somebody can take and from one day to the other you're mentally fit, right? It doesn't work like that. And like somebody that wants to reduce their weight, yes, they're not happy with their body. They're looking at the fold, they're looking at the extra weight, and they're like, oh, and every time they eat a piece of cake, they might feel guilty, but it's a lot easier to eat a piece of cake than to make the effort of preparing a healthy meal, or to not have that piece of cake and to go for a walk, because sometimes the food can be comfort food and they need that comfort. So once you decide, okay, it might be hard not to feed myself with that comfort food, feeding my emotions and all that. That might be difficult initially. I might feel like, oh, I'm gonna die, you know, like I need that sugar, you know, I have sugar craving, whatever. But then if you overpass that, if you find ways, you know, with a coach, you'll get guidance and you'll get help to overpass that. And then eventually that'll be your go-to. So it's just, we have to grind to the pain of the change, but then it doesn't take a year. It takes maybe a few months. Within a few months, you can see a total difference in your mindset and the way you act and react to situations.